Hello, welcome to Vaesen. Third time's the charm. Vaesen is a game by Free League Publishing. It is based off of the Year Zero engine, which is a fantastic, easy to learn system. We have three wonderful players here. One of them is a very familiar face on any time that I run Vaesen, and we're going to start with them first. Renown, just tell us who you are, where we can find you, and who are you playing?
Ladies and gentlethems, friends, and hopefully enemies, my name is Ren, aka Renown, my them. I am a TTRPG and LARP game designer, writer, player, nerd, I suppose. And I'm very excited to be back at this table playing Grim the Brick Bowers, who is just your average run-of-the-mill butcher, barber, dentist, surgeon, who just wants to help. That's it. And I suppose that's me.
Next up is one of our newer faces, JL. Who are you? Where can we find you? And who are you playing?
Hello, my name is JL Graves. My pronouns are she, they. You can find me on TikTok at the Patron of Dreams, where I do a lot of TTRPG cosplay, and also under JL Graves, where I do my music stuff. And I am playing Elspeth Nielsen. Her pronouns are she, her, who is an occultist and may have something mysterious about her.
Ooh. And then finally, one of our other newer faces, Transventor or Sebastian. Who are you? Where can we find you? And who are you playing?
Hello, my name is Sebastian, also known on the internet as Transvinter. You can find me on almost any platform except for Twitter as Transvinter. I am playing today Overster Johann Oberg, a officer in this military structure. I believe we're in Sweden. uh, his pronouns are he, they, and he has a lot of responsibility on his shoulders.
Hello, and welcome to Vaesen. Um, Our story begins to take place in what is known as the industrial era, so a lot of smog, a lot of smoke. Even on a sunny day, the sky takes a bit of a yellowish gray hue. All of you have been working together for quite a while. As you all are attuned to the supernatural in some way, y'all can see the beings known as Vaesen. Vaesen are spirits, myths, folk tales, of creatures that you are probably told as a child as bedtime stories to make sure you behave, as most fairy tales are usually told. However, today, you have been brought to the edges of Stockholm. There's been a bit of a ruckus lately in Stockholm. There has been a series of murders, all oddly identical in some ways, shapes, and forms. And you've been asked to investigate this by your organization. You all show up at the local constable's office to have a discussion with the head. We are going to call him Alfred. To figure out how things need to be done and what little information you can find out. There are nobody. As you arrive, the constable's office is quiet. It is very quiet. Alfred is sitting at the desk, practically sitting there with his hands through his hair, about the urge of ripping it out. As somebody under a lot of stress tends to be, and there's a bunch of paper spread everywhere. There's even a little board that is made out of wood, and it has things glued to it of like different locations written all on paper. It looks like something that a person that is trying to gather their thoughts put onto one board. He looks up. May I help you?
More like, how can we help you?
Oh, are you brought by the society?
Yes.
Okay. I see. Um, I don't have a lot of information for you. I don't have a suspect in mind. They've been evading us for months at this point. He rubs his cheek a little bit, looking stressed out, and he'll hand a stack of papers over. And it's so, for context, autopsies back in the 1800s were not very well in depth as they are now in modern days. It is a hand drawn body with different various markings of where the injuries were. That is it. That's all you get. But that's all you get. There's at least 6 victims in these dossiers.
I would love to roll investigation.
Okay.
And I'm going to pass off the autopsies after looking through them to Elsbeth. And I am going to just look for any correlation between these wounds, like where they are and what type of wound they are.
Okay. So, just so you're aware, it is your logic plus investigation.
Cool.
And roll it, and if you get a 6 on any of your rolls, it is a success.
Cool. And I'm rolling 2d6.
What is your total of logic?
My total of logic is 3.
Okay, and then how much is your investigation?
Oh, this is a number of dice.
Yes.
Yep.
And then my investigation is 1.
So you'll be rolling 4.
Hells yeah. And a 6 is an automatic success. Understood.
Yep.
I have 2 6s.
Perfect. So I will be giving you a little bit more information because you have more than one success. So the thing with Vaesen, for our audience and those who are here, Vaesen is once you get a 6, it is a success. You only usually need 1 success in order to accomplish something. I do not roll the majority of the time unless it comes to the Vaesen. That is the only time I will be rolling.
Cool.
So, with the autopsies, you spread them out and you look at them. The majority of them tend to have something around the throat. By the throat is where the one of the main arteries sit. Most of the wounds are where the arteries sit, which means they wanted this person to bleed out and suffer as they went. So if you don't know where your main arteries are, you have 2 in your throat, inner arm, under the armpit, and in the inner thighs. So there's that. There's bruising. There's been noted of bruising, and there's been noted that there was blood underneath the fingernails, meaning this person they all have fought back, basically. So this was not clean.
I'm trying to decide if they're a viscera sucker or not, but at least they wanted these people to suffer.
And I'm looking at the autopsy, the dossier. Is it the dossier or the autopsies that Johan handed me?
Both.
Both.
Both. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking through all of them and I'm checking for anything that may have been maybe off-putting
Okay.
and maybe I'm not seeing.
Okay. So, I will give you. This will also be an investigation. So this roll your logic and investigation.
So I get to roll 4 dice. I got 1 success.
Okay, perfect. So as you are going through it, the most unsettling thing is there is no similarities in the type of person that were the victims.
Hmm.
If you know
Okay.
anything from what you know about serial killers, they tend to pick a specific type of victim. These are all different. Different ages, different financial means, different jobs, different everything. Nothing is identical.
Brick, who's been like, basically, as you folks started working, kind of just saw themselves out. Calls from the other room. Oi, constable, where do you keep your sugar? Yeah.
In the back, there should be a little glass container that is greenish in color.
Right. And comes out with like a tray. It's clearly a tray that Brick brought. So to kind of like describe what happens, the doorway from where like the little kitchenette is filled with a refrigerator of them. Brick is about 7 foot tall and is built like a rectangle, just shoulders and arms all the way down. Brick is wearing like a flannel shirt that is like buttoned up. And like you can see that there are like where there were some stains that have like clearly been tried to be scrubbed clean. Um, the pants too are not like a olive drab, but has like where there were clearly stains that also were like clearly like scrubbed out to the point where this person has more strength than sense and has just rubbed the color clean out of the fabric to try to get it clean. And is wearing a smock that is like folded. It's not like going all the way up over the shoulders, and it's down that way to hide a bunch of the stains on it. But it is still clearly covered in blood and other sorts of ick that has stained it beyond possibility of reproach, but has a large, like very well polished silver tray, and walks it in and puts down a cup of each of your favorite teas in front of Elspeth and Johan. And looks over at the constable and says, coffee, yeah? And just slides a coffee and the sugar and cream over.
Yeah. He'll take it and he has a glove on as he's opening the sugar bowl. And he puts a couple scoops in, stirs it, closes the sugar bowl. For context, it was very common during the 1800s to have your dishes and stuff made out of arsenic. Arsenic is green. So, He's stirring it, and he is taking a sip out of his coffee. And he seems to relax a little bit at that point, because this is probably the first time he's had coffee, probably all day. So, opinions, any initial thoughts?
One more question. Are these all from the same area, or has this been all across the city?
All across the city.
All across the city.
And we have
Different people.
determined it is the same person.
Is there a description?
No witnesses. No. That's why it's been a bit of a struggle. I mean, after the whole thing with back in England, the whole Jack the Ripper thing, everybody's a bit on edge.
Messy bit of business, that. And Brick like picks up some of the reports and stuff, and so it's clearly not reading the words, but looking at like the pictures.
Okay.
And he goes, "Oh, yeah." Clearly, someone who knows what they're doing.
Well, normally someone with ill intent would target a specific collective of people, albeit some may target only women, some men, maybe even small children, but it doesn't seem to be the case with this one.
No, it does not seem to be.
I'm gonna like look through the dossier and like just like look through like a list of names.
Okay. There's 6 names.
Mhm.
They are all, I'm not gonna name all of them. But you know where their places of business are, or where they work. There's a couple that work in the slum district. There's a couple that work in the factories. There's the factory district. There's people that work in jewelry stores. One of the victims worked in a jewelry store. One person worked as someone that would sells estates. It's very odd with the patterning. And from what you can gather with your earlier investigation, there's no connections between any of the victims. None. Like, the victims don't know each other, from what you gathered. Yes.
Does it look at all that like perhaps this could be someone's walking pattern? Like if someone went for a walk, perhaps?
It could be. It very well
Hmm.
could be. If you look at a map, Stockholm is huge. It is a big city. Especially for that time era, it is a big city. But the way that you can see, oh yeah, this could definitely potentially be someone's walking path from going to and from work every night. Especially if they come from the richer district down to the slums. The jewelry store is on the way, the factory district is on the way.
I think we have to go for a walk.
I would say so.
All right then.
The question is, where shall we start?
Well, in my experience, starting in the slums makes good sense.
Especially if we start near sunset. We might want to be prepared for an all-nighter.
It's not surprising. Elspeth is kind of used to the idea of owners. She's a pretty lithe figure. Not necessarily unhealthily thin. But judging by like her mannerisms and her appearance, she looks like she um has kind of numbed herself to getting like mediocre, inadequate sleep. She's wearing a lot of she is wearing a lot of dark colors, mostly black, and but at the very least, her hair is kind of kept in a way, save for the many waves and curls that she has, and she's wearing one of her charms around her neck.
Okay. Are you all heading outside?
Would I know off the top of my head what the laws would be around us carrying weapons for this?
Yeah, it's
Doesn't.
basically don't give a fuck.
Yeah, cool. Radical.
It's the 1800s, so a lot of weaponry law and a lot of gun laws and stuff like that were not really as prevalent back then, because this is also still during the time era where duels were a very big thing.
Mm.
Granted, duels are technically illegal. Um Gun duels specifically. Um but people still do them. It's very hush hush. But there isn't a lot of laws about carrying weaponry about, especially in this time era. No. So you head outside. The streets are busy. There's carts rolling around. There's people going to and from places. It's loud outside. It is very loud outside. And it's smoky. It's kind of dreary, kind of foreboding, muggy. It's just gross outside. That is the best way to explain it.
Elspeth kind of just like covers her covers her nose and just breathe in as much fresh air as she can.
Mm-hmm.
When Brick sees that, Brick rifles through so Brick has like rolls of what looks like tools and stuff, but also a bag of that's clearly like made of like a nicer, more embroidered
Mm-hmm.
fabric, and pulls out like a piece of like dark colored fabric with like like red roses and some gold filigree, and takes like a maybe a little lavender scent and kind of like rubs it in it and hands that over to Elsbeth.
She kind of like slowly takes it, just like looking at like the pattern of the cloth, and she goes, "Oh, you seem to know me so well."
Well, it's my one job that doesn't mean hitting things, so I better be good at it too.
So, you all decide to head towards the slums?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. As soon as we get into the slums, Brick like steps out in front.
y'all pass by the market on the way there. The slums are very quiet. There's of course people sitting on the corners begging for money. There's some sick people on the ground that aren't able to get homes to go into. So it's a sad, very disturbing sight to see. Um a lot of people in the slums. This is also known as the homeless district. Um so of course, you see. This is the only time I'm bringing up children. You see children carrying flower baskets with fresh flowers in it. They're going by trying to offer flowers to people for like a coin or two, and they go on their way.
Brick buys a flower from each of those children, very specifically.
Okay.
And so by the end, it has like a bundle of flowers
You
in
have a
one
bouquet
arm.
of flowers. You have a bouquet of fresh flowers. Most specifically, the most common one that they sold were carnations.
Excellent. As we're passing these kids, oi, you hear anything about people disappearing?
There's a young girl about the age of 6. 6-year-old, um, dirt covered face, hair in a couple little bit of braids. Looks like she's a little nervous because stranger danger. I mean, we hear screaming at night sometimes, but that's normal here?
All right. Well, thanks much, and hands her like 5 more coins.
So, have you seen Mr. Donnie? Donahue. He hasn't been seen lately.
Brick looks at the other two, as if to be like, "Is that one of the names? I didn't read it. I didn't read a damn thing."
There are 2 victims that have no names. One is a male, one is a female.
Do we have descriptors of them?
Yes.
Like, excuse me, miss.
Yes. Oh.
Was Mr. Donahue descriptor of person?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Did he go? Did he go to the countryside like he always wanted to go?
Yes.
Okay. I'll go tell Mama. She'll be happy to hear that. That means yay. And she'll clap a little.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Brick hands her like 5 more coins for the information, tells her to take care, and then hands her the bouquet of flowers and says, "Bring these to, bring these to your mom too."
Okay. And she'll look at the coins. We're gonna eat really good for the next 3 weeks, and she runs off.
I look over to Johan and I tell him, well, that's one way to lie to a child.
I would rather lie to a child than tell them that their neighbor died. I have had plenty of my share of telling people that their family members have died. I'd rather not have to do so for a child.
Equally valid point.
At this point, standing in these slums, Johan is not as tall as Brick, but he is a stout man. He stands firm in very much a standardized, almost militaristic, actually, indeed, militaristic posture. He is tall, he is strict, and he seems very uncomfortable here. But he's trying to keep himself contained.
Do I kind of notice the like else can I get a read on Johan? Like, does she know that?
I would think that at least both of them are aware that Johan has a thing. I don't know if they know the exact details of the thing, but they know he's got a thing.
It's a thing,
She
all right.
She kind of looks up and down at at Johan and kind of like gives like a small smirk, like a side smirk, Not used to this kind of environment, are you?
No, not really.
Hmm. I would think someone of your caliber would be at least everywhere in the city.
No, I tend to stay home unless I have engagements. You know this, cousin.
Hmm. I would have known more about that if I got out more.
No, but you like to stay in your room just as much as I like to stay in my study.
That's one thing we share in common.
I mean, we are family. So, that is another man from these neighborhoods. Now we just need to find out who the woman might be, as well as. I'm trying to figure out if he's coming from or going north. If he's going home or if he's coming back down here on purpose.
Can y'all roll me a logic and vigilance?
Vigilance.
For
Sick.
context, vigilance is basically noticing if somebody is sneaking up on you or watching your environment, and observation for a difference for our audience. It is basically trying to understand what somebody is thinking, feeling, or planning.
You gotta love a 5 and a 6 on 2 dice. Let's go.
Hey, yo.
Would this at all count as investigation with filth related things or no?
No.
Okay.
Which is
I got
interesting.
Okay.
You got 1. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I got 0.
Okay. So the 2 that notice things, the first thing you've noticed, there is a woman that is walking into the slums. Very clean. Very. Definitely upper class. She is carrying a basket. There is definitely food in said basket. Very gorgeous woman. Long blonde hair that is coiffed up and out of her way. Wearing very. She's wearing something a little bit different than most women wear in this time era. She's wearing a pair of pants, boots, yeah, boots, and of course a top that is definitely something that is for a woman of her station. Um, you probably can assume she's wearing pants and boots because she's coming down here. But the one thing you've noticed is yes, despite she's beautiful, very pretty, there's a hint of dark circles of tiredness under her eyes. She's going by handing food, and some of it is in. It's wrapped up, but you can see a little bit of the steam rolling off of it. So it's like probably a couple of like little meat pies or something like that. Something that isn't just bread.
I kind of go glance over to Johan. Speaking of someone of your caliber, and I alert him of, like, subtly alert him of the woman.
What? What? Oh. Oh. Huh. Interesting. I'm assuming you two would like me to go talk.
I think you
Oh.
know the answer to that.
I think I could try. And just smiles like we both know you don't want me to do that, but I'll do it.
Oh. How about you two talk to the others? I will go see whom our guest is.
The moment Johan starts walking away, Prick looks at Elspeth. Pub?
Might as well.
So you two go to the pub. Okay, we'll get to you in a little bit. Johan, you are approaching the woman.
Yes.
She'll look up. Oh, hello.
Hello there. I am Overster Johann Oberg. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Helena Schalsvet.
Hello, Miss Schalsvet.
haven't seen you down here. Are you here to do community work?
Yes, I am.
She is just staring at you, like looking you over for a minute. Uh-huh. She just gives a little smile, then she'll hand the basket over. Then you can help with this.
Absolutely, and he takes it.
All right. So you two are going through giving food to the ones that need it.
Hmm.
So I haven't seen you at all in the city, and I usually remember a face. So you're visiting Stockholm?
Yes, I was asked to come help with some community investigations.
Oh, you're here for the thing that's been whispered in the streets lately. Got it.
Yes,
So tragic.
quite indeed. So I was hoping to speak to people who may know more about the community than I do.
This has been going on for about 3 months now.
About 3 months. Oh, gosh, I'm so sorry.
The number is a lot higher than what's being put out right now. They say it's 6. Think about 18.
3 months and
So 6
and I'm
months.
6 months then.
6 people a month.
Oh, 6 people a month.
The number's actually 18, not 6.
Has it been many people from down here?
She. No, that's more recent.
Okay. And this is just what you've heard whispering through your circles, dear.
Oh, it's been talked about in the higher circles because a majority of them are from the higher circles.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anyone who may be willing to speak about this experience?
There's Tabitha. Um,
Mm-hmm.
her fiance ended up dead after they broke off the engagement.
Oh.
And he was one of the first ones. And a lot of the ones up until now have been remaining hush hush because apparently there
Mm-hmm.
was like no connections or anything between them all. I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm here to do, is trying to find if there is any connections.
Mm-hmm. Though I do hope the person who's doing this gets caught and that they're rightfully punished.
As do I. It's horrific, the inspiration that people take to do these sort of things.
I just wonder why and how come.
Those are very good questions.
She's handing
Sh-
out the last of it and she's like,
mhm.
I need to get going. You don't want to be down here after dark.
Understood.
And it's not because of safety reasons or anything. It's just the constables and stuff like to patrol around in the evening.
Understood. Do you need to be walked home, miss, or will you be fine on your own?
I'll be fine on my own. I know
Of
my way
course.
around the city.
Fantastic, then.
As she is walking off, she's whistling like a little bit of a tune, and it's like a lullaby of
Mm-hmm.
sorts. But she walks off, and you turn around. You do not see Elspeth or Brick anywhere in the vicinity. Meanwhile, at the pub.
Can I have one question though?
Yes.
Her vibe, what she was giving off. Is that an observation roll, I would think?
Yeah, you could roll for it.
Cool. What would that be? That would be plus empathy?
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay. Question. In this game, are you allowed to roll for skills that you do not have points in?
Yes.
Fantastic. 1-6.
Okay. What exactly are you looking for?
I am looking for any indication that her empathy and sympathy that she's having is faked.
It is not. It is
Okay.
actually genuine.
Okay. Cool. All right. What are you two doing in that pub?
So, but the moment we find the pub,
Yep.
like, I assume since I've been giving money to children all day,
Yes.
Brick's goal of kids hanging out and keeping an eye on where Brick is in case Brick gives away more money is happening.
Of course, you have a gaggle of children following you at one point.
Excellent. So Brick looks to the children, looks to the one that looks like they would be the most likely to actually do what they're told, and pulls out 2 coins. Says, all right, there's 5 more of these.
Yes,
Where
sir.
these come from, if you help me. The friend that was with us, I was talking to that lady over there. When he's done, you tell him we'll be here.
Yes,
You
sir.
come back with him. I'll
Yes,
give
sir.
you 5 more.
Yes, sir.
Hands over 2 coins.
Yeah, this is a kid about 11 or 12. And he runs off into the direction that Johann is in.
Perfect. All right, and where were we?
The pub. This is the GM being sarcastic right now.
Grim looks at Elsbeth. I figure now is a good enough place to ask about that missing person we were hearing about. How would you like to go about it?
Elspeth kind of gets she's listening to them and kind of just with eyes only. She's glancing around the room for any characters that kind of stand out to her.
It is a pub. It is full of people. Definitely a lot of workers from the factories and such. Though there's an older gentleman about in his 50s sitting at the edge of the bar just swirling his drink in his glass. And he sets it down, picks it back up, swirls it around some more, sets it down, picks it back up. It's like a routine, but you know how people sometimes they just mull over their drink a little bit? That's basically what's happening.
Okay. She looks over to Brick, and then back at the gentleman, and she just starts, without saying anything, she just starts walking towards the gentleman. And when she kind of meets up with him, she says, excuse me, mulling over life, I see.
And what is a pretty bird like you coming over to talk to me?
I'm here on business.
Business?
It came to my attention that there were some disappearances.
Ah, that business. Got it.
And I'm assuming, I would assume Johann has everything. But she's gonna relay all the information she was that she was given by the constable back at the first location. One of which, one of the one of the pieces of information happened to be the man who disappeared, Donahue.
Oh, Donahue used to come in here all the time. That man loved his liquor.
I would imagine anyone who came here would love their liquor.
A bit too much.
When was the last time you saw him?
3 weeks ago?
3 weeks ago. Was there anything peculiar you noticed?
No. He was just as rowdy as ever, got kicked out of the pub like he does every time he comes in. I just assume since he hasn't been in the last 3 weeks, he finally keeled over. Probably from all that drink.
Well, I'd hate to be the one to break it to you, but
No.
he was dead.
Ugh.
And I say that in a low voice.
I mean, he's been down in the dumps since his daughter ran off to get eloped, so...
Oh, we're suspecting a murder.
Wouldn't surprise me, people get stabbed in the alleyways here quite often. But
Alleyways?
usually they don't end up dead, but... It's making a message. Because sometimes it's better to keep somebody alive than dead.
I see.
Though, he looks over. What is Brick doing?
So Brick is staying nearby, but is not like in basically is making sure that Elsbeth can do her work, and if anyone's going to give Elsbeth trouble, they are going to get on Brick's to-do list.
That one's hovering. Is that your bodyguard? Your body person?
Oh, you could say that.
Brick walks over and offers a mitt of a hand. Grimbowers.
Jack. And he'll grab your hand, and the grip is tight on this man.
Brick meets it. Grim is never a person to like crush someone else's hand, but always like just like
there is a bit of a smile that comes on this man's face as he feels the grip from Brick's hand. It's like an understanding moment. And the best way to explain it is if y'all have seen Full Metal Alchemist with the two, that is basically that moment. With General Armstrong and, I cannot remember the other guy's name. It's Edward's teacher's husband. There we go. It's one of those moments. That's what it feels like. Just an
it was
understanding.
Sig, wasn't it? It was Sig. Sig Curtis.
Sig Curtis. Yep. Jack releases Brick's hand. I'm not going to do anything to bother the bird here. She came to have a conversation with me.
And Brick nods. And if I'm honest, Jack, I'm not necessarily worried about you, but there's plenty of riffraff here could try to get up to something nasty.
Well, the good thing is the riffraff here won't do anything if somebody comes to talk to me. Because I have probably thrown half of their asses out of this damn pub.
Well, that's good. I suppose I could make some money then. Who wants to arm wrestle?
Immediately
And-
loud yelling of me, drunk, everybody's drinking. Meanwhile, Johann, you see an 11 to 12-year-old boy run up to you. Hello. I was told
Hi.
I was told to come get you.
7-foot creature person?
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah,
I
he
will
was
follow the
they
kid.
were really nice. They were really nice.
Yes, they are.
And they hold their little hand out for you to take.
Johann puts out a gloved hand.
And this 11-year-old child is leading you to the pub, and as you're arriving, you hear loud cheering and a ruckus and somebody getting thrown out of the bar. Yeah, can you tell the big person that they owe me 5 coins?
Yes, I will make sure.
When the moment Brick sees you, Brick is like arm wrestling someone and just puts them like they've been arm wrestling for a minute, just looks over and slams their hand down and gets up and immediately pays the child. Like was clearly pacing themselves, giving this person like the feeling they're doing, goes, oh, business. Boom! Gotta go.
The table cracks, but continue.
Just goes over, pays the child. Thanks much.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna give the kid who led me around, a nice, like a big coin.
We can get a better house now, and they run off.
A big
All right.
coin.
Yeah, catch you up. Ask Jack. He practically runs this fucking place. And I'm gonna put all these people under and make some coin, yeah? If you need something, let me know.
Am I going to have to pay for a round of drinks for everyone?
Nope. They're gonna, because I'm gonna take all their coin, yeah? And it's like trying to rile everyone
Oh,
up.
everybody's yelling. There's beer being sloshed everywhere. It's a whole thing.
Like the
Elspeth's
old
just like off to
Barrett.
the side.
No, Jack
I'm-
got up and moved to put you in his seat. Because his is closest to the corner.
I would like to go join my cousin and Jack.
Ah. Fancy britches.
Yes. I see you have found my cousin, or has my cousin found you?
The little bird found me.
May I buy you a drink, good sir, for caring for my cousin?
No, I'm good. And he still
Understood.
hasn't finished his drink, which
Mhm.
probably means he's been nursing on this for a while, which shows you he actually just drinks occasionally, probably, but not much to keep his senses about him.
I'm going to call over to whoever the barmaid or keeper is, and I'm just going to go, do you have a port? I'll take a shitty port if you have a port.
The fuck is a port?
Get me something that's expensive, and I'll just hand them whatever.
You're giving the shittiest fucking alcohol ever.
Yeah, I know I am. I know why you start sipping this now.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Setting the bar pretty low for yourself, cousin.
I'm just trying to deal with the pressures of society, dear one.
And I kind of relay the information that Jack gave to Elspeth,
Mhm.
by saying, Helen Donahue was last seen 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I threw him out.
Interesting. So apparently it's 18 people and not 6.
I'm sorry, 18 people.
6 a month. I'm wondering if there is a time influence going on here.
Time influence?
I'm inferring to my cousin that this is a feeding schedule.
Feeding?
hmm
What the hell are you blabbering about?
Oh, sorry, I didn't say that part out loud. My apologies.
Oh!
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is. I'm just like we've done these investigations together. Elsbeth would know what Johann is inferring, and then Johann is inferring that whatever sort of creature this might be, it might be acting on a scheduled feeding.
Okay.
But he's not going to say that in front of Jack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm gonna edit this out.
Elspeth kind of looks at Johann, kind of like raises a brow, and kind of like gives the indication of, without even saying anything, giving the body indication of, as if she's saying, most likely.
Hmm. Do we have a place to stay in Stockholm?
Yes.
Or have we not
The
arranged that? Okay.
society has provided you a place to stay.
Okay. So, the young woman that I spoke with told me about a young woman whose fiance may be among ex-fiance may be among the victims. The pair
Really?
apparently had broken things off, and then he was found dead. And that means
Connection
we
or
have
coincidence?
connection or coincidence. I think this Miss Tabitha may be the next person on our calling card. Though,
So
we've
what
been
should we do?
advised to get out before sundown completely sets.
That would be pretty ideal.
Well, I mean, Jack is looking at the windows. You got about 20 minutes.
I would like to not.
Well, do we know how far away our living arrangements are?
It's about a 10-minute walk.
Okay.
Okay. Probably Probably should give Brick an extra 5 minutes to collect as much coin as we can, and then we should probably depart.
I do not need the money of the poor for me to exist. I can pay for the 3 of us anyway. We can just leave. It's fine. I just don't want to ruin Brick's fun, but the money doesn't really matter to me.
Sure it doesn't.
Ooh. Brick, can you do me a solid? Just for the haha. Can you? I feel like this will apply. Can you roll me a physique and force?
Ha! Sure.
Just for
Fucking
the haha.
gladly.
Just for the haha.
So that's 5, 6, 7, 8 dice. I'm
I
not
knew it.
I'm not gonna call this attacking.
Oh, I'm
'Cause
not
I think-
calling it attacking.
No, I would not call that, and I'm not wearing my brass knuckles, so I don't get a bonus for that either.
Nope.
I'm gonna push this roll
Okay.
because I got no 6s, and that is
What does
unacceptable.
that mean?
So pushing a roll. Hold on, I am pulling it up.
Where?
39. I love
I
how
also have
this
my cheat sheet.
books is laid out. So, pushing a roll is having failed the test, you can choose to muster your strength and give it one more try. This can only be done once per action. It must happen immediately after failing a test. When you're pushing your roll, you suffer a condition. If you're using physique or precision, you choose a physical condition. If you're using logic or empathy, you choose a mental one. The game master, I allow you to pick your condition from either category if it suits the narrative. You may re-roll every dice except the sixes, should there be any. You can push rolls that have already succeeded. Since there are situation multiple successes, make you see particularly well. So, with this on the sheet for conditions, where is
I'm gonna take exhausted because like I have been
Okay.
arm wrestling like 10 nerds. Like
Okay.
it's a little tiring.
So mark exhaustion on your sheet.
I got 2 successes on the second roll.
Okay. You're arm wrestling a guy and then you just smack his hand into the table. He cries a little bit because it was a little bit too hard, but you're managed to succeed every arm wrestling match that you've been doing. You have made quite a bit of bank today.
With that bank, as we're leaving, Brick buys a round for for everybody.
Okay.
With the money. And as they're walking away, goes, if they're too busy drinking, they won't try to fucking rob me, now will they? As they're leaving and heading out.
You all are heading towards the place you're staying. It's a little inn. The beds are nice. They're not top quality or anything, but it's decent enough. It will meet the bare minimum of Johan standards. Everything's clean. Everything's good. They tell you what their breakfast schedule is, so on and so forth. They do let you know that things may get rowdy around early morning because people are going to work. But other than that, you were all given keys to your room. You each got your own room. The keys are very nice. You go into the rooms, there's a wash basin, there's other things like a nice bed, of course, a chamber pot, stuff like that.
Okay.
But do you all settle in for the night?
Before Elspeth does settle in, she kind of digs through her equipment, and in my equipment, she has a crystal ball.
Okay.
And I am going to kind of take some time to kind of look into it, possibly scry.
Okay, so with this, let me look in to see what I can do for this. I'm gonna do logic learning for this.
Logic and learning, and I actually have a +1 to that.
Mm-hmm.
So that means I'm rolling 5d6. Oh shoot, that one fell. I'm going to push the roll.
Okay. Since you are rolling on a logic, you're going to be taking a mental condition.
Okay. I would say.
Actually, hold on. I got one for you. Hold on. I know what I'm going to do with this. You're going to be taking frightened.
Okay, then. Okay. Yeah, let's roll again. I got 1 success.
Okay, so the thing about scrying with crystal balls, it is not what you like to see in the movies. It absolutely is not. You are staring, your crystal ball, yes, is made of quartz, but there is cracks inside of it and everything, and you are looking in the cracks and you are meditating and you are zoning out. However, this is gonna get a bit weird. heads up.
Mhm.
You hear whispers surrounding all around you. Something you don't understand, but it feels primal. It feels animalistic. It feels like you're getting the impulse to do something. What is your character's biggest vice?
Biggest vice. I would say biggest vice would be
Or their darkest desire?
mm, biggest vice would be power.
Okay. And the darkest desire?
Power can hold on, desire.
Darkest desire.
So that would that be my dark secret?
It could be. It could be not. It is up to you.
I would say that dark desire is feeling the need to act on that impulse as if she's being controlled by something.
Perfect. This feels familiar to you. Eerily familiar, but this is stronger. But what you're witnessing, you see things. You see somebody walking through an alley. You're in the body of someone, so to speak. Someone's walking down the alley. You see Jack. Jack doesn't look surprised at seeing this person. They're about to have a conversation, and all you see after that is red. And your body jolts back. You hear the hints of the whispers briefly, and then it snaps out.
I I can kind of feel my chest tighten as if like with fright, as if I would imagine she realizes what she saw or potentially saw.
Mm-hmm. You're not sure if it's real or not, though.
Right.
Because the thing about playing with things that are not natural is they tend to give vagaries. Sometimes it's vague, sometimes it's blatant. It depends on the luck of the die, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But you are frightened as to what you saw because it felt so real. You felt like you were in the body of this person. You've heard the whispers, you've heard things. And yet now everything's quiet, eerily quiet, deathly quiet. Maybe you hear a floorboard creak. But other than that, silence.
Elspeth's gonna like take a moment to compose herself. She's gonna use the wash the wash basin
Mm-hmm.
to hopefully like physically and spiritually kind of cleanse herself with the water,
Okay.
and possibly clear out any negative energy associated with what she saw. And then after that, she's going to try to head off to sleep.
It takes you a while to go to sleep. Your mind is racing, your mind is constantly going. After witnessing something like that, your mind does not shut off. It does not. But eventually you go to sleep, and it's a dreamless sleep. It's
Hmm.
as if your brain is trying to like, carb, carb.
Compartmentalize.
Thank you. What just happened? And the thing about brains and how brains work is, as a defense mechanism, your brain can actually make you shut off memories or suppress it.
Mhm.
That is kind of what's happening here. But you do remember what you saw, but just not the full details of what. So what I described with what you saw in the scrying is what you're going to remember. Nothing.
Okay.
So the vagueness of it all. You go to sleep. Johann and Brick. What's your night routine?
So I am going to first make sure that all of the cleaning implements are up to my standards.
Questionable.
And questionable.
They're questionable.
Uh,
The bed's
I'm gonna go to
clean.
my luggage.
What are
I'm
you
gonna go to
doing?
my luggage. Do I have luggage?
Yes, what's in
Oh,
your
so
luggage?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
so we're in the hotel that was already set up for us, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, no, your luggage is already in your room. It's already all set up and put there because while you folks were like hanging out when we first arrived and probably decompressing from travel,
Mm-hmm.
Brick set your rooms up with all your stuff in it with everything you needed. So all the cleaning implements are probably already like set out for you on like one of the side tables.
Cool. Johann has a very long bedtime routine that starts with him fully cleaning his body.
Bless his
There's
hair.
like there's a point of time where he just like scrubs his hands for like 20 minutes.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, he's not good. And then once his hands start getting raw, he like so, like and he like comes back to. He's just like, ah, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, and then he gets into his sleeping gear and he stares at the ceiling until he passes out. And being in the military, it doesn't take very long.
Nah, it don't. You're probably
You
thinking
just
about something for tomorrow, then boom, you're asleep.
Yep.
Brick.
So once they're settled in, Brick sets up a chair in between their two rooms and sits in it. And what he does is he ties bells up so that if someone opens the door
Brick will
or
know.
cuts the string, they will ring and Brick will wake up and Brick will beat the brakes off of whoever they are.
Well, Brick,
love Brick.
I will let you know this now. It is a good night. Nobody's coming to bother anybody. Nothing. You maybe wake up a couple times hearing like a creak on the floorboards or when it comes to like early before dawn when people are going to work. But other than that, it's a very peaceful night.
Excellent.
However,
Disappointing, but excellent.
when dawn comes around, you hear footsteps coming up the stairs. Heavy footsteps.
Brick does not open their eyes, but is awake. And is just waiting to hear, kind of get a sense for like.
There's two constables. One is heading towards Elspeth's room, one is heading to Johann's room, and the third one is standing right in front of you.
Without opening his eyes, Brick goes, "You need something?"
Alfred's like, yeah, I need all three of you to come with me now.
Ugh. Brick gets up and just like a real big like stretch and goes, "And why is that?"
There's been another victim.
All right, meet us downstairs. We'll be right there.
He will head downstairs. The other two constables follow after.
And Brick will like in the ways in which the two of them prefer to be woken up, wakes them up,
Mm-hmm.
lets them know the news, and lets them know they will meet them downstairs, and Brick heads downstairs and starts getting their breakfast orders ready.
Bless.
Elspeth is kind of just reeling everything that happened the night prior, and upon hearing the news, she gets this sinking feeling that what she just saw is potentially true.
Johan?
And she walks.
Okay.
Johan gets dressed. He does his morning routine. He puts on a different pair of gloves than yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes out to have breakfast.
We are gonna leave y'all right here.